Hey guys, 3D Printed Life here with the 3-up update number 16. Not super much has happened since the last update, but a lot of time has passed, so I did just want to do an update on the progress I've made, the things I've done, and the things I am planning to do. First thing you'll notice is that the wires are a bit different because I started to work on wire management. Still not nearly anywhere close to done. As you can tell, I have tape here, which is temporary. I have these little blue clips because I didn't have black PLA for a while, and the wires fit very nicely into these grooves. The end stop's going along here, and I actually mounted the printer board on a little thing right here. This mess of wires can be easily cleaned up. I just haven't gotten to it yet. It's just a matter of wrapping the wires over themselves so that they're all one nice straight bundle, straight up to that first extrusion piece. But I really do like this open bracket because it's a hell of a lot easier to plug it in to manage the SD card, as well as to just manage other things, adjusting the potentiometers, stuff like that. It doesn't look the prettiest, but I may eventually come up with a design that encloses it. The problem with enclosing it is that then you need a fan, which is loud. It can be loud. So I really just didn't want to do that, but I'll see how it looks after I tidy it all up, and then I will decide. I am also planning on working on a chain. I mentioned this before, a chain cable management system. It's going to have a built-in piece to the top of here. Like the first chain piece will be built into this, so that the wires have a place to start, and then from there it'll bridge over to this upper rail that isn't in yet. And so from there it will drop down and then go across with all the other wires, or it might just go across and down, I don't know. That's not really that important, and that's easy to do, so I can really figure that out at any time. As far as materials go, I have a nice new roll of black PLA here, as well as two more. This is brand new, and this one is... No, that's my old one. This one's the other brand new one. This is the cubed proto-paradigm filament, and I have my Matter Hackers filament there. I will be doing a separate update as far as the beta batch goes and other orders. I've been trying to record that for a while, but I keep messing it up and it ends up being too long. So I'll work on that eventually, probably later today or tomorrow. Other things you may notice are this little guy. It was actually suggested on Toy Builder's blog to just use a paper towel and a clothespin. I didn't have a clothespin, so I used a little, what's it called? Alligator clip. And that just helps to clear off any dust that may be on the filament, because I've been having some crazy jamming issues, which turns out to be pretty funny. So my extruder was what I thought to be jamming, the stepper motor was clicking, and it was tough to push the filament through, but I was able to get a tiny bit through by pushing by hand. Turns out what happened was that there was a very, very tiny clog, but what actually happened that caused the clicking was the worm gear on the pulley in here came loose and almost came all the way out, and it was actually preventing the motor from turning because it was pushing against the frame. And that stumped me for a good 2 hours before I caught that one. I even took apart the hot end, used a blowtorch and a thin stranded wire to clean out the nozzle, and that still didn't do it. I tried different filaments, I tried everything, I couldn't figure it out. I even actually ordered a new nozzle, which I'm actually going to keep, I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, it turned out to just be a simple problem, a simple fix, and now it works just fine. Really stupid, but those kinds of things happen every once in a while. So speaking of that bigger, the other nozzle, I actually ordered a bigger 0.5mm nozzle. And the reason for that is printing these large mass production parts, I guess you could say, they don't really have any small features because they're designed for durability. So I can print with a larger nozzle that's, 25% larger or something like that, which will lay down more plastic at once, which means much shorter print times, especially for these huge prints, because currently I'm looking at about 30 hours to print each set, give or take, and that's with a 0.4mm nozzle. With a 0.5mm nozzle, I would expect it to take maybe 26, 27 hours. So sure, that's only 3 hours for each one, but when I'm doing a batch of 6 printers, that's almost 20 hours that I'm saving, just because I'm using a slightly larger nozzle. And the only drawbacks may be it won't look quite as pretty, especially on top. Smooth surfaces will be fewer layers, but it won't be as smooth because each layer that it lays down is actually slightly rounded, just because of the way the 3D printer works. So it won't be as smooth, but I mean, really, these are ridiculously smooth with the 0.4mm nozzle, so I can't imagine it being much worse at all. One final thing, just for today. You may have noticed, well, first of all, I have a new logo that you will see on the, whatever you call it, the preview picture for this video. And second of all, as far as the printer goes, they are now hovering because I got those little rubber feet, and they are ridiculously tiny, but they actually have quite a bit of squish to them. You probably can't see it very much, but they do have a bit of squish, which is great for shock absorption. And they also don't raise it up too much, and they're hidden underneath, so it looks nice. It doesn't take away from the look of the printer itself. And one more thing I should mention. I ordered acrylic, quite a few pieces of acrylic actually, to make, first of all, my acrylic bed, and then start making them for other people for kits. So I will send out inquiries a little later to those of you in the beta batch if you're watching this video, because as long as everything goes well, the acrylic beds can be included in the beta batch, the 3 printers for you beta people. If you choose to do so, it will cost, it's looking at about $20 right now. So I will see, probably, no, it definitely won't be any more than $20. I might be able to get it down to $15. It depends how long it takes to make each bed, cutting it, drilling out the holes, and that sort of stuff. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe down below or up there or somewhere for more. I forget where it is. And like the video down there, I know that for sure, if you enjoyed it. That's it for today. Thanks, and I'll catch you later.